What's up, y'all? It's your girl Shay Renee, and we are back to talk about Sistas Season 6, Episode 13 and 14. Okay, and y'all, I'm gonna just tell y'all right now, this bus situation, whack. But let's just get into it, shall we?
Can't ball in my life, man. Go on with it, go on with it. Do us. So we are coming with a force, yeah. Blessings we are reap and we coursing on full. But we not rise on board. Yeah, we give thanks like we need it the most. We have to give thanks like we really supposed to be thankful. Blessings all for my life, man. But thank God for the journey that's to the plus. Yeah, gratitude is a must. Yeah, blessings all for my right hand. But I toast to the friends that they come to me one time. Sit down in a class and we pour that only see the road and make one with the road.
Looking for ways to improve your health? Look no further. Visit www.shayrenee.net, where we provide healing beyond the prescription pad. We have hand-blended teas and herbs that are going to provide you with ultimate immune health, cold-pressed juices, as well as sea moss gels that are going to provide you with your daily vitamins and nutrients in just 2 tablespoons. Shop www.shayrenee.net and receive free shipping on all orders over $75. Don't wait, because a healthy life is ahead. All right, y'all, listen, we're going to be watching along the episode 14 again, because usually I need to watch it twice, but I wanted to make sure I came on here and got y'all review quickly because I was late with episode 13. So you might even hear the episode in the background, but let's start with episode 13 real quick. And we just going to breeze through it because a lot of the scenes was like way too long anyway. But the first scene in episode 13 with Bio and Sabrina. Whack. Absolutely whack. Okay. Bio. First of all, Sabrina, all that stuff that Bio was talking about where he's like, oh, I felt like the money that I paid you, that was, basically your dowry or whatever the heck. He's going into all these stereotypes, apparently, that he feels like Americans have over Africans and how they handle marriage and how they want somebody to get them a green card and all this and the third. Now, Bio, while be that as it may, where people may think like that, Sabrina never treated you like that. So for you to be doing, I don't understand why he felt the need to prove to her that he really isn't that type of guy or whatever. Okay, cool. You don't like Maurice. That's fine. All you had to do was say, listen, I don't like Maurice for more reasons than what you think. It's not just because he, doesn't have the sexual preference that I think he should. The first only thing I would have said to him if I was Sabrina, I'd have been like, this is America, Jack. And I ain't marrying you. All right, and get the hell on. You can take you and your booty scratching boots and get the hell up on my damn house. That's what you can do. That's a stereotype you can kiss my ass with. How about that? And that would have been that. Why are we going back and forth about us getting married? Then I didn't like how he was like, oh yeah, and I'm gonna revoke your bail. First of all, Tyler, we always have to have these little conversations every time I review the show. Did you forget? Bio didn't pay for Sabrina's bail. He only paid for Maurice's. Why are we talking about revoking Sabrina's bail? Andy and Robin paid for that. Not you. So I would have said that to him if I was Sabrina, like, well, good thing you didn't pay for my bail. I just be feeling like Tyler Perry just be forgetting everything that he said up here and wrote. So you just be wasting our time. Well, we got to be like, well, hold on. That isn't right. It's just a blatant disrespect for the storyline, if you ask me. But anyway, moving on. Sabrina says, you know what? I'm not marrying you because I don't know you. And I'm like, girl, you don't even have to give him a reason. This is not his country. And if you don't want to be one of his wives, that's cool too. Then at the end, he's like, well, I wasn't serious. And my mother really isn't going to kill a goat for you. I was just saying that because you Americans have all these stereotypes about us. Wham, wham, wham. Boy, goodbye. Don't nobody care. Don't nobody care about nothing that you're talking about right now. So Sabrina leaves and she on her way over to Karen's house for them to have yet another intervention with her. So they get there, and did y'all notice that Karen does have on a pregnancy prosthetic now? Did y'all notice that? Because Karen, her character, Ebony Obsidian that plays Karen, is rail thin. So they have this little tiny prosthetic on her to make her belly look like it's slightly growing. Did y'all notice that? Because she keeps touching the prosthetic, and you can actually see, because the girl Ebony is so skinny, you can see the lining of the prosthetic around her back. I'm like, Tyler Perry, child, I know you got some more money to be doing better than this. What is going on to this beat? This BET buying BET deal didn't go down right. You were spending too much time on that. You ain't had time to write these shows correctly and get a good prosthetic. Unbelievable. Moving on. They all go over there to have, they talking trash outside of Karen's apartment. And Danny passing out the little shotties from the airline because they got to get themselves right to go up in here and talk to Karen with her delusional behind. Karen opens the door and like, well, if y'all gonna talk about me behind outside of my house, just come on in. Come on in. So they go into her apartment. They talk to Karen. Long story short, Karen tells them that Aaron is not the father. Okay, the paperwork. Aaron don't know what he's talking about. Andy is like, well, Aaron believes that he's the dad. He said he saw the paperwork. Karen is like, I don't know how he saw no paperwork, but if he saw the paperwork, he would know that he is not the father. So since he ain't the father, it's definitely Zach. So then Karen is like, Andy is like, well, you don't have Zach's DNA. And Karen was like, well, I haven't been sleeping with nobody but those two. So that's who it is. But she's not trying to admit that there is another factor. The guy from that he got married or whatever, and he was just a booty call for her. So she could very well be pregnant by him. But child, I just want Tyler Perry closed up some scenes in this episode. I want him to close up this baby daddy situation because this has just been going on and team entirely too daggone long. So moving on, I also didn't like how they segued right into from that point, Andy online dating. Danny points out that Andy is online dating. But I'm like, why y'all didn't say nothing to Karen about that blank piece of paper that she had in that manila folder? It didn't have any information on it saying that Zach was the father. And y'all pulled that piece of paper out and saw that it was blank. Why didn't y'all say nothing to her about that? Then she talks about she's going to the doctor to figure out why her moods are up and down. Girl, you're weird. You're crazy. You're crazier than a June bug. That's what this is all about. You're crazy. So moving on, they talk about God knows what, about them going on a date, Andy going on a date that night. Danny says she's going to go because she doesn't like, how that could potentially turn out because of her date with Jonah, where Jonah ended up being a crazy pants. So she's like, I'm going to go ahead and go. But it also may benefit me because the guy from work invited me there. So it's like, two birds, one stone. I can see him there and I can make sure you're good. So Sabrina is going to tag along in her zebra print suit. And Danny got a hoe bag in her car. So they're going to get dressed at Andy's house and go out and have a little fun. So moving on. Q comes to the precinct and basically they throw him back in jail. Thank the Lord. Okay. They're going to drop the charges on Sabrina and Maurice because after talking to Q's accomplices or his henchmen, if you will, that helped him to rob the bank, they didn't know nothing. They never mentioned Sabrina or Maurice because they had nothing to do with it. Q is sitting there still trying to convince the prosecutor that they did it, that Sabrina and Maurice did it. And the prosecutor is pissed because he's like, so you just going to keep sitting here lying? But I want to know what happened to the guy that was so mad at Andy for him having to pay this settlement on his divorce. Where did he go? Did he get thrown off the case? Chase is no longer on the case? I don't know. I don't know. It's too much. It's too much foolishness going on here where nothing is cohesive. The storylines are busted. But I'm glad we sold this up because I don't want to see Q no more. I don't. So Q going into the slammer, the prosecutor is looking at Logan like, you really dropped the ball on this. You did a great job with the trafficking situations and whatnot, but then you really dropped the ball on this just so you can get some promotion. I'm gonna look past it because of all the great work that you did before, but leave Sabrina and Maurice alone. They are innocent. So I wonder if this is going to be some dog with a bone situation with Logan. And I'm like, Lord, the prosecutor said, let it go, Logan. Okay, your character is done. You're done. Okay. So, y'all, that story has tied up. And my thing is with the whole thing with Maurice and Sabrina, it's like, why? Why were they even a factor? When did y'all question these henchmen? This should have been a long time ago. Q should have never got out of jail. This is stupid. Uh-huh. This is dumb. But I'm glad it's done. I'm going to go ahead and count my blessings. Moving on. Fatima and Zach go check on little Michael, his son. They're in the car having random conversation. This scene was worthless, but whatever. They end up talking about Hayden and Tamara and how Hayden is all loving Tamara now or whatever, and it wasn't supposed to end up like that. And Fatima was like, well, I didn't want it to go this far when they ended up getting married. And Zach is like, well, why are you jealous? That's good. That's even more reason. You wanted him out of your head, right? Now he really out your head. He married. So they chuckle about that and ease on down the road to get Michael. Moving on. Andy, Danny, and Sabrina go to Billy Jake's, and Andy meets up with the guy from the app that she comes to find out is an ex-football player. He talks about having a bad experience prior to this on the app because whoever he met, the girl he met with, apparently catfished him, and she was a narcissist. And so he's happy that Andy actually looks like her picture. On the other side of the bar, Sabrina and Andy are at the bar, and Tony comes in, which is Danny's coworker. Now, Tony is a creep. Okay, I see what Tyler Perry is trying to do, and it's dumb. Yeah, what Tyler is trying to do is, hold on, y'all. I'm trying to find the character on Bruh's. Bill, that's his name. Okay, the dude from Bruh's is on here. But what Tyler Perry is trying to do, he's trying to show. Remember when Danny kept on saying that Preston doesn't know her very well, so she feels like he doesn't know what she likes to do. He don't know nothing about dating a black woman and all this, that, and the third. So in comes Tony. He's supposed to be this person that all of a sudden he knows what's going on and he knows how to date a black woman. He knows what Danny likes. That's what he's trying to portray here. But Tony just nosy and a creep. Tony sits in his car and listens to Danny's conversations. It's team too much. He sits there and orders her drink. He's like, yeah. She was like, well, we don't really drink that much, but I'll have a martini with a Hennessy and a splash of Coke. He's like, yeah, I know your drink. And he tells them what the drink is. He says, oh, Sabrina, I feel like I already know you. I'm like, you are a creep. I don't like you. Something a little cray-cray about you. You're sitting in your car listening to me, and you're in your mystery van over here listening to everything I'm saying in my car. Get a life, Tony. So then Tony is joined by his friend, which his character on Bruh's is Bill. But on this show, I don't know what his name is. I don't know what he said his name is. Rich. His name is Rich. So Rich, Jordan, and Tony are friends. They've grown up together. I think they went to high school and college together. Tony was a basketball player. All of them have been married before, ended up getting divorces. They're all acting like they're never going to get married again, but they're so enamored by the women that they're by Andy, Sabrina, and daggone Danny. I'm like, y'all, all three of them got a divorce for a reason. And it's not because they were just such amazing men and these women treated them so bad. Why is Tyler Perry trying to portray this? What had happened? And y'all talking about y'all don't want to get married. If I'm Danny and Sabrina, I would have been like, check please. Oh, okay. You know what? I'm sorry. You can check out. You can go somewhere else because there's no need for you to even be over here. Why are you talking to me? Because you basically telling me now that you don't want no commitment. So they kept talking and talking and talking, telling them about their past lives. Then all of a sudden, Tony is trying to get them away, like trying to lure them off, like, let's go talk somewhere a little more quiet. It's not that many people in here, Tony. I don't, I could hear a pin drop in here. I can hear a bird chirp. What are you talking about? Go somewhere a little quiet. They were like, nah, we're here to make sure our friend is good. And I felt like, are y'all on some crazy because why you keep trying to get them out of here? Mm-hmm. It's giving a little crazy, little stalker vibes. All y'all doing a little stalkerish behavior. I don't likes it. Okay? I don't likes it. So they kept on going on and on and on, trying to convince them. And so Danny and Sabrina decide, okay, we'll sit at the table with y'all, but only at a table that's close to Andy because we need to keep an eye on our friend. Which I get it because Andy is meeting people on some daggone app. She don't know these people from a can of daggone paint. And Danny is fresh off of what just happened with Jonah. I get it. I wouldn't want nothing like that happening either. And Danny had another reoccurrence with the whole Q situation. So yeah, no, you already got a lot going on. So moving on, the girls sit at a table, and Tony and Jordan and Andy continue their date. So in the next scene, Karen has Aaron come over. Karen is basically telling Aaron that he ain't the daddy. You ain't the pappy, sir. You ain't the pappy, okay? And Karen is like, listen, you're not the father. And he's like, well, I saw the paperwork. It said 99.9%. She said, did you read it all the way? Because it actually says 99.9% not the father. That is not yours. I'm like, I ain't never seen that. Let me tell you something. I ain't never had to get no DNA results. But I'm pretty sure that DNA results don't say that you're 99.9% not the father. I need Tyler Perry to learn how to read some DNA results because that's not how they read. But okay, Aaron, you're not the daddy. So Karen is trying to figure out who done held and told Aaron that he was the daddy or whatever. And he's like, oh, how he get these results? Mind you, I feel like Aaron probably stole her toothbrush or something to get these results. But however he got it, who freaking knows? It ain't your kid. So he's like, well, I bet you're happy now that it's Zach's. So she's like, well, that ain't none of your business. I ain't trying to be with you. I ain't trying to smoke signal you. I need this to end. Like, I'm ready to get off of this ride of foolishness with you. Like, I'm ready to let it go. He's like, well, I told you I'll be there for the baby, even if it's not mine. I'm like, girl, get a Zach, get a blood test from crazy pants. I'm sick of this because this can't keep going on with y'all keep on talking about, well, if it's not Aaron's, it's definitely Zach's. No, y'all did 5 pumps, honey. And if you ain't been pregnant off a pre-cum, because Zach ain't even get to finish. And I remember with the guy that she was sleeping with that was getting ready to get married, that was the first time that they didn't use a condom because they usually always use a condom. And he wouldn't have sex with her without a condom, but she didn't have any that time. So I feel like it's this, I don't know if his name was Rico or something. I don't know. But Tyler Perry, I really don't need this to be written with it's a Zach's baby because Fatima pregnant now, Zach, then Karen pregnant, this Michael kid is Zach's. This is too much. This is team entirely too much. But moving on, Aaron ain't the daddy. He walk out sad. Karen over done with him. Moving on. So in the next scene, Zach and Fatima go to get Michael. Now they hear him. The lady outside is like, I didn't call the peoples on them, and they supposed to be coming tomorrow. This is the lady, the 227 window lady. She was hanging out the window, talking about how she be knowing what's going on in the neighborhood. Yeah, the neighborhood old lady, the nosy lady. So then she asked Zach, she was like, so who are you to him? And he's like, I'm his father. And she was actually talking to Fatima. She was like, no, who are you? And he was like, what do you mean? That's my wife. She was like, how you putting up with all of this? First of all, that lady was not saying that to Fatima. Tyler Perry, that was so fake. Ain't no woman, that woman don't know them from a can of paint. Why would she be asking her, why do you put up with this? People have baby daddies and baby mamas drama, okay? You don't know how many other children he has. So why would this lady be saying that? Especially, she don't know. It's obvious he didn't know that this was his kid. I just thought that that neighbor situation was just a waste of time. Why would she even need to say something like that? I think that was ridiculous. Like, lady, get CPS over here and mind your business. Take some pictures next time. You so damn nosy. Let the neighborhood know what's going on. This little boy shouldn't be going through this if you really know so damn much. So then Zach and Fatima go upstairs. They hear the little boy screaming. They knock on the door. Homeboy comes to the door, and he's like, basically, kick rocks, get out of here, mind your business. So Fatima tells Zach, come on, Zach, let's go. Now, Fatima, I know you lying. I know you didn't just sit up here and tell Zach, come on, let's go. So you were going to let the little boy stay in there getting beat up, or whatever this man was in there doing with him? Now, let that have been one of your family members or something for you. You would have been like white on rice calling daggone madam or whoever else. Like, what? And why is Heather constantly leaving her kid in the house with these random men? And there would be no way here. None of this makes any sense to me. There will be no way that Heather will be getting any child support, knowing how she lives, knowing her occupation. Any court that knew her occupation and did any of this, clearly they didn't go to court, because Zach would have been able to testify saying what she does, and then knowing all the stuff that she got these random men in and out. He could have had the neighbor come over there and testify. He would have had full custody overnight for that baby boy. And the little boy don't speak. He's probably traumatized from all the behavior, all the stuff with these men coming in and out of the house. That would have been an open and closed case. Like, seriously. So this just didn't make any sense. So Zach ends up fighting the guy, like fighting the guy. And then the guy's henchmen come on up in there, and they ended up jumping him. So this goes into the next episode. So now we're still there. Zach is getting jumped. Fatima lets off. This is episode 14. Zatima lets off a fire shot, and in the air, and all of a sudden you got 4 men, not just one, but you got 4 men in here that just jump to the side like, oh, she's got a gun. And I'm like, if y'all such thugs, y'all ain't got no guns. I'm confused. I didn't understand this whole scene right here. But anyway, moving on. She tells them to all line up. Zach goes in the room to get Michael. First of all, this whole scene was dumb as hell. She tells them to roll their sleeve up. What were you looking for, Fatima, on the sleeve, honey? What was it? I don't know. So she looks, their sleeves are rolled up. They standing there. She makes a phone call. They take Michael out of the house, go get in the car, and then a slew of other men walk up into the building. The neighbor is like, I thought I heard a shot. And they were like, no, you didn't hear nothing. So then the guys go in there to do whatever they're going to do to the man and his friends. Okay, moving on. So Fatima and Zach are in the car. And I'm going to just finish that scene up because it ain't no need to go back to them back and forth from the people at the restaurant. So Zach is like, girl, what? Like, what happened here? He was like, what? Who did you call? Like, what happened? She's like, well, Michael is sleeping. He's like, well, I'm going to pull over and you get in the front and tell me what happened. I'm like, y'all on the way home. You couldn't wait till you got home for her to tell you what happened? Okay. So she gets in the front and says, yeah, like they going in there to get dealt with. It's best that we don't know what's going on, but I just made a phone call. And yeah, they shouldn't have been messing with a little kid anyway. So Zach is looking at her like, unbelievable. Like, what the hell is going on with you? But this type of behavior from Fatima is really interesting to me because you do little stuff to try to you're so ride or die. And I like the fact that she's there for Zach, but she's very hot-headed and makes rash decisions. You got people coming in here to jump these dudes, which I get it. I'm glad she did what she needed to do because they were in there he was in there harming a little child. But girl, what? Tyler Perry, what I'm confused. I don't get the point of this. Roll your sleeve up. A bunch of dudes just show up out of nowhere. I guess they was just waiting in the bushes here. You just calling people whenever you get mad. How are you and Zach gonna be able to solve problems? Cause he don't got nobody to call when you getting on his damn nerves. I don't get it. I don't get this dynamic. Then they end up talking in the car about, she's like, oh my gosh, I can't believe you had to go through all of this stuff as a child. Because Zach was saying, that's the same thing that happened to me. My mother just leaving and random men in the house or whatever. And so Fatima's getting all emotional because, of course, at this point, I believe it's Zach's mom has passed away. So now she's having remorse for him. And I'm like, girl, you was never listening to him before. You wanted him to listen to you. You wanted him to understand you. Don't play with your heart. All the stuff he doing, your ex used to do this. You just kept comparing him, but you would never really have a conversation with him. And when he would ask you what's wrong with you, you ain't, the cat got your damn tongue. But when it's something going on with him, you want to be coming in like a knight in shining armor with your Robin damn hood and got your, red cape on, being Superwoman to save the day. Do you just want to be needed, Fatima? I'm confused. I'm really confused at this whole situation with Zach and Fatima. It's confusing. Let's get into some of these comments while I try to get to the next scene, child, because I told y'all I'm sitting here watching it. Hey, Shay Renee, how are you? I'm doing good, Michelle. How are you? Anita Wyatt says, hello, Shay and chat. What up, Anita? How you bees? Shan says, hey, Shay and chat. What's up, friend? How you doing? Oh, Shan laughing at me already, child. Her belly should be way bigger than that little prosthetic, child. Right. That prosthetic just looked like the lining of, like, it just, child, we need to go back to the drawing board. Shan says, right, the baby daddy situation is so stupid. Right. It just don't make no sense. Your Love Angel 31 says, I wish they never introduced that baby daddy storyline. You and me both, child. You and me both. I think that was just the dumbest. Okay. So back at the ranch, or the restaurant, if you will. Andy is sitting there with, what's homeboy's name, child? What is it? Jordan. So Jordan is telling her about how his marriage didn't work out, and how he became a football player, all this stuff. He telling her about his past lives. Okay, they having a good little date. So then they decide, let's where are your friends? I thought they were supposed to be watching you. So Andy is like, where are my friends? So then they see that all the friends are sitting together at the table. So then they decide to go over there and pretend like the date is going absolutely horrible and they're not having a good time. So they go over there and pretend like the date is bad. They going back and forth. And Andy at some points was looking at him like, nigga, is you serious? You for real? And so, but then they ended up saying, you know what, this is one of the best dates I've had in a while. And, he really don't want it to end. He want to see her tomorrow. But all of them shooting a shot. Tony shooting his shot at Danny, and Rich trying to get at Sabrina. Sabrina's like, just, I got a lot going on. Sabrina, well, I guess at this point, Sabrina don't know that she's free to move about the vessel because the cases, charges have been dropped. But I'm like, wouldn't somebody have called her and told her this by now? I don't know. But anyway, moving on. The guys are talking about, hey, y'all can come over tomorrow. My man's Jordan can really throw down. Like, he can throw some stuff on the grill. And, Tony is still trying to get at Danny. Danny was like, I got to do, like, why do you keep on trying to come for me? And he's like, well, I know you have Preston, but like you could just come chill with your homegirls. So they all like, all right, cool. If y'all go, and Andy is like, if y'all go, I'll go. So then the guys still don't want the date to end. They go back and forth talking about some bus, getting on the bus to go home. And then they were like, Andy is like, actually, no, I don't want to do that. And then the one guy was like, Rich was like, what is it? Like you drive a Rolls Royce or something? And then they were like, yeah, she actually does. This scene took entirely too damn long. Mm-hmm. This scene was too long. Y'all going back and forth about getting on this damn bus. No. Why is everybody leaving their cars at this restaurant? I'll see your ass tomorrow. I said I'm gonna come to your house now. Gary done already told you there's some crazy people on this app. You got 1, 2, 3 fools that you don't even know. The other ones was just trying to get your friends detached from you so that you can be isolated. I don't trust these guys. I don't know what's going on here. I don't trust the situation. It's real crazy. It's real crazy to me. Shan says a paternity test says 0 if you're not the father. Right. That's why I'm like, why is it saying 99.9? I thought that was so silly. Shan says, has the neighbor lady always been Heather B? I thought it was on an older lady last time. Yeah, it was. It was the same. She's the same lady from last time. But that is Heather B. You're right. I didn't even notice that. Shan says TP needs to be ashamed. He's losing me. Absolutely. Well, the lawyer was hired by Bio, so probably not. The court is not going to call Sabrina or Maurice. Lawyers usually do that, or they may get a letter in the mail about the charges. Oh, okay, I got you. The friend storyline is totally stupid. Ain't no way I'm jumping on a bus. Right. Like, I was thinking, okay, is this bus driven by one of their friends? And this is like their little shtick. This is what they do. Like, I thought this was so lame. So they all get on, you know, they all end up getting on the bus. Danny leaving her Rolls Royce. I don't know what kind of the other guys are driving. Then I'm like, this one bus doesn't go where all of y'all live. Typically, you got to take a couple different buses because I'm pretty sure y'all all live in different directions. And this was just dumb. They just wanted to spend more time with them. So they get on the bus. They chatting it up. They end up talking about, the coach, the former coach, giving them, excuse me, y'all, giving them advice on, we do learn about Andy's life, though. I'm glad that somebody asked her, like, Andy talked about her growing up. I don't remember exactly what was said because, y'all, like I said, I rushed to get this out for y'all. But Andy talked about her mom. We learned that her dad passed away. I don't know at what age, they didn't say. Um, and how she sends her mom money and takes care of her mother. Jordan was talking about how he takes care of his family too. Where is Robin? Where is him? Because I just kept thinking that the whole time. I'm like, okay, here we go with another love interest. And then we know that Tyler LaPlay or something, he's on Down in the Valley where the girls get naked. That's that show. P Valley. Him. He is gonna be on the show and he's going to be Andy's love interest, I believe. So this guy that is getting introduced to her, he ain't gonna be here that long. So it's like, how do I even get to a point of liking this man when I'm sorry to this man, he's going to be gone? And then Robin put up his money for Sabrina. He about to get his money back and don't even know it. He don't even know it. Haven't been around the office at all. I don't understand what's happening here. Where is Robin? Bring Robin back. I need to see Robin. So they ride on the bus telling each other their past lives. Then they end up talking about the daggone coach that gave them all this advice about marriage and then told them to leave the bitch. I'm like, but he was married for 45 years. But all of y'all acting like y'all don't want to get married again. You're very confusing, men. Very confusing. But you all in with these women that you just met. What type of shtick do y'all got going on? This is some bullshit. I don't know what to think of these guys. So they get off the bus is like, yeah, this is the end of the road for me, Jack. I'm done for the day. I got to go ahead and get off work. So I'm gonna need y'all to go ahead and head on out and get up off of here. Get up off the damn bus. So they get off the bus, and Andy is all bougie now because she's like, I didn't want to get on this damn bus in the first place. And y'all got me out here in the middle of damn nowhere. I don't know where the hell I am. You know, where's my ride share? Because this is some bullshit, okay? You got me riding the bus, and I got to wearing this outfit, okay? Child, please. So Andy is over there with an attitude. She calls an Uber. So Sabrina and Danny are just licking it up, having a good old time with Mr. Rich and Tony, taking it all in. Andy says, yep, our Uber is pulling up in 3 minutes. So all the guys keep on talking about all these ways to keep on to see them again. I'm like, didn't they already agree to come over the house and he's supposed to be throwing down on the barbecue or some shit? Like, y'all got to listen. Because Jordan kept on throwing hints throughout the night. Oh my gosh, I just want to kiss you. Oh my gosh, I just want to take you home and make love to you. Baby, no. Now that's where you had me fucked up. You're not about to be, Do you think that's cute to talk to women? Like, men, do you really think that's cute to talk to women like that? To be talking about what you want to do to them on the first day? Like, I don't want to be talked to like that. On the first date. Especially if I'm not sure about you. Now, I might be into one to talk about a little hanky panky here and there sometimes. You know, I might want to do that. But that's if I ain't really tripping off of you. But most of the time, women are like, you know what, I'm not trying to be screwing you on the first night because then you might really love it and be annoying. Or I really might love it and become annoying. Or maybe we'll both enjoy it and be adults about it. There's 3 options here. We never know which one's going to happen. Okay? That's that on that. So then we had a small scene. So that was actually where the episode ended. But then we had a quick scene with Gary and Hayden, where Hayden is really trying to find Tamara. He really want to be with homegirl. He ain't trying to divorce her. Gary comes over with paperwork because he like, listen, you want to divorce this chick. Stop it, and stop it right now. And so he's like, I can't believe you're like rethinking this. Like, what is wrong with you? Excuse me, y'all. So Hayden trying to find Tamara. He been calling her. I don't know if he knows her number because Gary pretended like he was leaving and called him on the phone and acted like he was Tamara, and Hayden was so excited. I was like, sir, that shows how much you don't know her because you didn't even recognize that wasn't her voice right away. So he's not really trying to divorce Tamara. Then he brings up to Gary, well, Andy went on a date and I saw the dress that she had on before she left the office. First of all, Andy went home and changed her clothes. Gary ain't see her wearing no dress. He saw her wearing that daggone power pose and suit that she had on at work. Unless they lived close by each other, that wasn't what was happening. So they go back and forth over that. Gary tricks Hayden and they have a laugh about that or whatever the case may be. But that was the episode, y'all. It wasn't given. We talked about 2 episodes in less than 45 minutes. That's a shame. Tyler Perry, you got to get it together because these scenes, I'm going to say this, the scenes were entirely too long and drawn out. The bus situation was stupid. Bio is stupid. This whole situation with Bio is absolutely dumb and crazy and stupid. It's giving not reality. None of this stuff will really happen. Like them getting on the bus, I can see where that's something where you're trying to make it cute because the guys want to spend more time with them, whatever the case may be. But there are so many other things that they could have done. Riding a bus around late at night, obviously, is not what you want to be doing. And then nobody's about to be leaving their Rolls Royce. And then you ride the bus and you get all the way home. Now you're going to have to catch a ride share to go get your car because nobody wants to leave their Rolls Royce in a parking lot all night. It just, It doesn't work. It doesn't work. But Rajaya McCrary says, "What do you think about Andy's new love interest?" Yeah, I think he's corny. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I think it's corny. Um, I think that I don't know if I like him for her. He don't even look good with her, to be honest. Like, I don't like it. Shan says I have to rewatch. I totally drifted while they were on the bus. Girl, you and me both. That's why I don't even remember what the hell they was damn talking about because it was so stupid, child. Shan says I think a lot of men think that type of talk is good, but women are running if it's a first date. Right, because that's just like y'all, unless y'all want to talk, y'all want to have a good talk. hmm That's just like these men that send unauthorized dick pics. Okay? Let's just call a spade a spade. Y'all know this your girl. Okay, I'm gonna tell y'all. That's just like men that will send you a random dick pic and you didn't ask for it. Cause when I was dating, I had this one dude. He had a nice peen, but he would just send me his dick randomly. And I was like, sir, I didn't ask for this. And I've actually seen it already. I've had it. I don't need to see your dick randomly. Don't send me your dick no more. And it got to a point where I was like, stop sending me your dick. All right. I'm sick of it. That's what these men are doing nowadays. Not trying to get on buses. Not Men are always their famous lines, famous last words. If you ask, are you looking for a relationship? Well, I'm not really actively looking for a relationship right now, but you know what? I never say never. That's a way to play with you. That's a way for these niggas to play with you. Okay? They want to play these little games and keep you twirled around their finger. But as women, we got to know how to, I hate that we got to play games too, but you got to know how to play with them too. Because that's what they will do. They will keep on playing with you. Listen, I'm going to meet you where you at. I'm giving whatever you giving. But what I'm not about to do, like these men talking about something, oh, we ain't trying to get married no more. Well, guess what? I won't be doing wifey duties. Mm-mm. Cooking breakfast and making trying to show you how much of a wholesome woman I am. I'm not doing any of that. But that's what these men want you to do. They want you to show the role of, hey, I'm doing this and I'm going to do this to be a great wife. But what you going to do to be a good husband? And if you ain't trying to be a husband, then why the fuck am I here? If that's what you looking for. Now, if you're okay with being somebody's baby mama or jump off, okay, cool. Cool. That's what we need to be seeing in these relationship dynamics. That's real. I constantly say, I don't understand why. I get it. Tyler Perry has done amazing things for a lot of these people on this cast. But I want for them to speak up. Tyler Perry doesn't read comments on Twitter. I think he reads it, but he doesn't acknowledge anything. Judging by the silliness that he continues to put out here, we can love Tyler Perry all day. We can love all the things that he's doing in the community. But Tyler Perry, baby, I know you probably don't look at my damn channel, but you got to stop this. You got either you got too many shows going on where your writing is getting terrible, or you just don't care no more. And we as the audience, we deserve good shows. You're not putting together anything that's cohesive right now. And it really is. I feel like the people on the cast see that this stuff is trash too, but they don't want to say anything. Like they are so grateful for the opportunities that he has provided for them that you kind of don't want to bite the hand that feeds you. But my thing is the show will get canceled at some point because people are going to get tired of. It's like we have a blind loyalty to Tyler Perry because he's provided so many opportunities in the Black community or for people in general. But it's like at some point it's like that loyalty is running out because what are we really now you're looking at like what am I really being loyal to? Because this is trash. We got to get cohesive with this writing. It's not working. I hope in season 7 that we really can reel this thing in because Sisters, the concept is this could be a very good show. It was a good show in the beginning, but I don't know if he's writing because Tyler Perry writes all of his shows. that was, I guess, a good thing during the writer's strike. But you're doing so many shows at one time. There's no way that your mind can keep it all together. It's not professional. Get somebody else to do it, Tyler. Get somebody, put your input in if you want to, but you need to get some other writers, because and then focus on maybe one or two shows at a time by yourself, if that's what you want to do. And let somebody else write all the Queen's Men while I'm putting my bid in. Cause you done messed that up. Get that back to Christian Keys, okay? Let him do that. Cause I got hooked on all the Queen's Men first season. I was like, ooh, this is my shit. The second season, I was like, this is giving a Tyler Perry special. I don't like it. Shan says, knowing Gary, he may be stalking Andy. Yeah, those were not good episodes. Yeah, definitely not. Definitely not. Shan says maybe that's because Sisters is the worst storylines of all his shows. Yeah, and it's crazy because this is the show that has the potential to have the best storylines, because this is basically, if you look at it, this is like a modern day Girlfriends. That's what it should be like. You know what I mean? Like, this could be like the comedic version. I feel like it's supposed to be satire, comedy, drama, like all mixed in one. So not exactly like Girlfriends, but similar, like modern day versions. But these women, I can't even see any of my friends in any of these women. I don't. It's like a lot of it is just given very desperate in some of these women, stupid, um, just downright ridiculous. I don't get it. Shan says, I think Christian Keys was busy. He is on tour with music. Oh, okay. I saw a live on IG. I think Christian Keys is coming back next season, and I am so happy he said it without saying it. Now, is he coming back to write the show or be in it? I need him to write the show. He can act in it too, but I need him to write, because Tyler Perry and Jack, like, we go to now people baking cookies and stuff, and then Madam and her henchman is canoodling, and her and Tommy is getting it in like hardcore. Child, I can't. But y'all, that's all I got. I ain't got no more. This was my review of Sisters. Oh wait, I got another comment. Rajaya McCray says there are also a lot of missing characters, which makes it all over the place. Right. Giving that Andy already got a new love interest, but still don't know where Robin is. Exactly. And like I said, Robin is about to get his money back from that whole Sabrina situation. So it's like, what are we doing here? What exactly are we doing? Jasmine Simmons says it really is awful, but it's like he is a man trying to get in the mind of women. He never gets rid of his characters. And you know what, Jasmine, you are so right. I said this so many times. Tyler Perry acts like he's scared to fire people. Like with Bio, what happened with the whole situation where Logan identified him? Remember when it was Logan was on a date with Danny, and Bio was on a date with Sabrina, and they all sat together. And remember, Logan was like, I know you. Yeah, I gotta go. I gotta go. So he ran off on the date because he got a call, and then he saw Bio, and so it looked like, it made us feel like Bio was trafficking people or something. We never resolved that. Then you got Calvin and Bio getting at it, but Sabrina ain't really checking for Bio. She not checking for Calvin. I don't know what's going on here. Then in the episode 14, they were talking about, well, Sabrina will fight. I don't see Sabrina fighting nobody, because she was sitting up here being too nice to Bio about him trying to whisk her off to Africa to be one of his wives, and he was playing. It's just a lot of loopholes and not making senseness going on this show, and I can't. Tyler, you got to fire people. You got to finish storylines out. Don't let them drag out forever, because it just gets very, very stale, and people are just getting restless and tired. We're tired. Very tired. Okay? But y'all, that's really it. I ain't got no more. Thank y'all so much for watching. Please, please, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share this video with anybody else who's watching this show too. And I will see you in the next video. Peace out.